Hey everybody, welcome back to the latest edition of new kit releases as of October 24th, 2023. Back after a couple of months break, and it's been pretty slim pickings. Not too much happening in the world of new releases for scale modeling, but fortunately past few days there's been a few interesting releases which I've included in this deck, and hopefully you enjoy them too. So as always, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel, and the thumbs up, all that kind of jazz. I do have a Patreon channel too, where I'm now doing my weekly Wednesday videos with my bench updates and build videos as well. So enough of that. Now get on with this, and as always got 20 to show you, and the first one up here is Border Models Type 97 Kate. So I know we're going to see a little bit, I think we talked about in the past, the little carrier dial, which I think this aircraft comes with. You can also buy the aircraft as a standalone as well. And you can see that pretty far along. And there's a rendering right here, actually to build. And yeah, there we go. So 35th scale. So Border continuing with their 35th scale. And obviously, you know, we announced the Spitfire last month, and continuing along with the 35th scale Warbirds. And once again, keeping that theme going, now we have a Zero. Not sure what version it is, just recently released last couple of days. And there we go. Tamiya, 48th scale, F-35B Lightning II. I announced this on my Facebook page a couple of months ago. I don't think I've formally put it on one of these slide decks yet, but I think by now most people probably know that the P version is coming out. Hopefully the C will follow it, and this will be out very soon. I think November across the world this will be out, and the 35 A, which I've built on the channel, is an aggressor. Absolutely beautiful kit. A lot of people think these are kind of boring kind of planes, but you know, the aggressor markings, it was really, yeah, really a joy to build, and really enjoyed this one. Something interesting here, Platts A10C, and you see it's the 100th anniversary of Maryland Air National Guard with the Cartograph decals. Looks like it comes with some photo etch in there too. So I'm guessing from here it looks like the artillery kit with some fuel upgrades. Kinetic, bring out another Hornet, Legacy Hornet. This is a D, and this is the Bats finale markings. These Legacy Hornets from Kinetic actually pretty good kits. I built a few of them. 48th scale Kinetic, Picara. And they've had this one out before, but this one's now in the Royal Air Force version. So you've got the 2-seat RAF version, which will be out very shortly. Edward, looking ahead, this is 2025 onwards. This is quite in the future, but you know, we talked recently about the P40s coming out next year. They have now looking at the Stuka, the JU-87. So not next year 24, but 25 onwards, they'll start bringing out a range of Stukas in 48th scale. So we kind of talked about this before. This is the Border Models 35th scale. They're bringing out the whole dio here of the, you know, the flight deck with the aircraft, and you can now buy the figures extra. Well, not yet, but when they're released, you'll be soon be able to buy these 8 figures to fill out your diorama. In the picture here, you can see, you know, the 8 figures around. It really makes a difference, I think, if you are going to build this dio. The 8 figures, I think, will definitely make a difference. They have resin, so I'm assuming they're not going to be cheap. But this whole setup, you know, with the carrier and the aircraft and the figures, I think it'll make a really beautiful diorama. 35th scale, so yeah, I'm not sure how big it's going to be. It's probably a couple of feet long, maybe. But yeah, that'd make a beautiful display piece. And talking about the 35th scale Border, TACOM have jumped on the bandwagon, and they're bringing out a 72nd scale of the same aircraft carrier. So you can either go back and get the Border one, 35th scale, or if you're a little bit short on space, you can go 72nd scale. Now, this doesn't come with the people or the aircraft, but I'm sure you can find yourself a 72nd scale Japanese aircraft pretty easily to build. And yeah, this is pretty much kind of better size here. And you can see here the dimensions as well. We're looking about 36 centimeters long, so just over a foot. What's that, about 40 inches, I guess. And yeah, so it's much better size. So 72nd scale if you short on space, or you got the Border Model one, 35th scale. Next up, from Border Models, and interesting timing, obviously, last week announced the Merkava Mark 2D, full interior, 35th scale. Now, you know, politics aside, it looks like a nice kit, and as you can see the model there, the CAD drawings, the interior does look very nice with the engine, and I'm sure it'll build up to a great kit. But as always with 35th scale armor kits, it's just, you know, can you actually see this once you put it together, right? There's a lot of work goes into all this, but if it's hidden inside the hull, it's kind of a waste of time. So yeah. But anyway, so there we go. Again, interesting timing, border model, Merkava Mark 2D with full interior. Rifle models, T80U up on the deck for release. Nice bit of box art there too, with the mud splashing everywhere. Four markings, workable suspension, photo etch parts included. Yeah, all the usual stuff. Border models, 35th scale Grizzly battle tank. Now, not sure exactly what this is from, if it's something sci-fi or what it is, but it's no glue, no paint, and has a lighting set as well. So I think this is really aimed at your beginner modeler or your kids maybe. But yeah, be interested to see what it looks like. So yeah, it's all pre-painted, so you don't need to paint it, and just kind of snap tight. So I know Meng done a few of these kind of kits in the past. So yeah, and lighting kits. I'm not sure what lighting is going to be. It's going to be like flash from the muzzle or what it's going to be, but again, check out the Border Models Facebook page and you can get more information. Thought this one was pretty cool. 16th scale. I know 16th scale armor seems to be in fashion right now. Obviously, this is a much smaller piece, and 16th scale will actually be a really good size, I think, for the Kencraft grad. And it's not a usual one; it's actually a captured one. So you can see there it's got the US markings on it. Very nice box art. Free to model kits. 16th scale, as I mentioned. Not sure if it comes with the figures. I'm hoping it does, because it'd be nice at least to get the driver on it. But again, yeah, not sure. But a 16th scale Kencraft grad, and again in US markings, which is not something you see every day. Rifle models obviously have the beautiful challenges too. Now they can bring out Ukraine version, so you can see there what they've added. Basically, all the photo etch parts here, all the extra armor and stuff. So this will be the Ukraine version, which they already have 2 or 3 different versions out for the British one. So this one that supplement the range. Another cool looking subject, especially that like the decals right there on the front. This kind of hovercraft, 35th scale Gecko models. And this is a US Navy Patrol Air Cushion Vehicle, a PACV late production. So looking really cool. Yeah, it's cool markings for sure. And not sure it won't be cheap, because Gecko models is normally pretty pricey, but interesting subject. Border models, we just talked about the resin figures for the aircraft carrier. We now have 35th scale armor figures. Now these are World War II German tank troops, and you can see there you get a pack of 5. So again, resin, so I'm not sure the price, but will accent your armor piece very nicely. Very cool subject, just announced literally 2 or 3 days ago by Domino Model, Ford Escort RS Cosworth. So I know the people over in the UK will definitely be loving this one. Tammy obviously has a Cosworth kit out, which is very hard to find and very expensive. So it's your alternative, a newly tooled Ford Escort, cool looking scheme. And with this one, if you go aftermarket, I'm sure there'll be a gazillion different schemes you can paint this one in. So it says limited edition there. But yeah, looks cool looking kit, and I'm sure this will be very popular, again, with my fellow countrymen back in the UK. Now through some AMT releases. This is the Green Hornet. All new tooling. We've got a 2021 Dodge Charger Police Pursuit Car. Again, kind of cool, with the light bar on top, obviously. These AMT ones are obviously going to be 25th scale. And the final one in the collection here is John Wick, 1970 Chevy Chevelle SS, again at 25th scale. And that is it. That's the 20 subjects, 20 I picked for this month. So again, it's kind of pick up a little bit. It's been a lot quiet on the old new release front, but I'll be back whenever. I know we'll see. We'll follow the market and see what happens. If there's an influx of new releases, I'll be back in a month. If not, I'll do one in maybe 2 or 3 months time. But again, if you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.